So when do you, Matthew, start a discussion with one of your clients on, hey, it's about time to set up a fiduciary corporate board?
So every company actually has a fiduciary board. The minute you form a company, you actually whoever's the owner of the company is the fiduciary board member. So we always set up the board to begin with. It's usually the CEO of the company or whoever that is as the original board member. The question is, when do you add to that board? When do you actually do something that is expanding it to bring in people? And I like to try and talk to my startups as early as possible about this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about identifying and building relationships with people they might want to put on that board.
Mm-hmm.
Because the worst thing you can do as a founder is bring someone on that you don't have a relationship with, you don't have that trust with. Because what's going to end up happening is when you reach your Series A, the lead investor is going to want a board seat. And so
Right.
you're hitting up, that's your time. You have until your Series A to form your board.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't generally want to do it too soon because it's too young. It doesn't, it doesn't make sense at that stage, besides like the founders being on the board. And it's between like your seed and your Series A that's really the time you got to start figuring that out. And you need to start identifying people you trust, people that are strategic, that can help you make introductions that are going to be valuable on your board, that are going to bring gravitas to your board.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it's thinking about like there's multiple factors, there's multiple reasons to have someone on your board. And that comes down to trust. It comes down to the ability, the helping ability, and bringing a huge name onto your board is also a great reason. But again, I like to really emphasize it's that trust piece. If you don't have trust with that person, because the whole point of this is to create your board to kind of stack it. So that way, when you start bringing on investors, your investors don't overrun your board. And so generally, I try and tell my startups before you get to your Series A, you want to have a board of 4 people.
Okay.
Because you always want an odd number. And so you're going to want to get to 4 because when you do your Series A, you're only going to want to give up 1 board seat.
A 5th.
So that way you get to your 5.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I try and advise them is you prep for the odd number. Like you prep for that odd number because then it makes sense. Like you can then, because your investors might want 2 seats.